everybody, it's Mike Young, lifestyle nutritionist with chapter 103 of my Live to 150 book. This one is important. Don't think I've run out of ideas yet. I definitely haven't. This one is about karma and the law of attraction. Those are kind of combined in this chapter, and I'm going to get into exactly why and what I'm talking about here. First of all, I got lots of notes here. There's what really sticks out in my mind anyway, of course, well, two things. The law of attraction obviously is whatever you are kind of putting out there is reflected and then it comes back to you. So if things aren't going well in your life in general, what are you putting out there? Look at what you're putting out. And that's what you're going to get back. Now, karma is just a very general idea. Some people, it's almost like a superstition or religion for them. It's not for me. But it's just a general idea of, whatever you kind of do to others, including a lot of times animals. Sometimes people think it's only people, doesn't apply to animals, whatever, but that comes back to you. But I think it applies to everyone. And this is a key concept in veganism too, because if you think about it, if you believe in karma and you think that applies to more than just humans and what you do to animals, that's going to come back to get you if you're not vegan, because you are paying people to harm animals and torture animals. So that's going to come back to you in a very, very negative way. If you never considered that before, I hope that you start considering that. Let me know in the comments down below if this is new for you or if you've heard this before, especially if it's new for you. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are, and especially if you're really into karma, because like I said, I know there's many people out there that are super into karma, almost like a religion type of a thing. And like I said, it's not that way for me, but it applies to me just as much as the law of attraction applies to me. And I think that applies to everyone. I don't think anybody can escape that. So, okay, The Secret is like a movie that talked about the law of attraction. Another thing I want to talk about is what you say. Like when you talk to others, what do you talk about? How is your circle of friends? When you get together, what are you talking about? Because there's three things, and this is a quote I think from Eleanor Roosevelt, talked about. You can either talk about people, events, or ideas, and those are different levels, starting with the lowest level of consciousness. The lowest level of karmatic level is to talk about people, because basically when you're talking about people, unless you're doing it with some positive end goal in mind to help others, because that should be what you're doing, most people that talk about other humans, are doing it in a very, very negative way, almost a lot of times in a way that they feel they're superior to others. And because of that, that will come back to you. It will come back to haunt you in your life. It will not help at all. And unfortunately, I know many people over my time that's what they really like to do. Hey, we really like to, we're just talking about other people. They don't mean anything by it. Don't worry about it. That's not true. There's no way. Talking about other people is gossip, because in every case, because the other person's not there when you're talking about them, it is secondhand information at best. And there's no way it's fully accurate. And people who adopt this gossip talk lifestyle like this about others, they actually truly believe this stuff's accurate, man. I'm making decisions on this. Otherwise, why would they keep talking about it over and over again? And that's wrong. You don't have the facts. If you need to know something about somebody, you go talk to them directly. All right. That's how you're going to know. That's why talking about people is the absolute lowest level and lowest form of conversation out there. The next one, when you get up a little bit higher, is talking about events, like the news or anything else going on, current events. Or like an event that our nonprofit just did. I don't know, anything like that. That's a higher level, because you are not singling out an individual and basically, in almost all cases with people, it's because you want to feel superior. That's the way you talk down about people. It's a bad situation. It is very, very bad as far as I'm concerned. Events is the next level up. But again, it's just like talking about the news. I don't even watch the news, okay? I think it's so ridiculous. It's the same crap over and over again. And even in today's day, 2022, I think with all the political polarization that's happened, everybody knows that every single news agency has their political agenda. And all you're hearing are sound bites that they're throwing out there that match with the political agenda. It's anything but truth. It's kind of ridiculous. But at least everyone knows it now, right? And if you don't know it, let me know in the comments. If you think I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your explanation about that. All right, another one is the highest level, right? Which is ideas. Talk about ideas, concepts, like learning, okay? Because as I talk about in this book, you want to keep that whole idea of continual lifelong learning going. You want to keep challenging your brain, right? You want to challenge it, like we talked about, not abusing it, but your body's a machine that's actually a learning machine, and it gets better and it grows with time if you do it right. So those are the kind of relationships you want to have with people, are relationships where you are talking about ideas. Okay, so that's when karma is going to be at the highest. That's when the law of attraction for you is going to be at its highest, most optimal level. It's when you're having relationships like those, and that's what you choose. You choose the people that you're going to be around. Don't sit here with a victim mentality of this, that, and the other thing. No, you choose it. Okay, so make sure you choose wisely. It is very, very important. All right, let's see. Keeping secrets too. If you ever talk to somebody and they tell you to keep a secret, keep it. Because if you don't, that is going to come back to haunt you, almost guaranteed. And the last thing you want to do is start talking about people. And when you talk about people, you're giving away a secret that someone held to you or conveyed to you in confidence. That's very bad. It's going to be a very, very bad repercussion from that based on the law of attraction and karma. So again, go directly to the source. If you want an answer on something, if you want to know something that you heard that someone says, oh, this person this person that, do not make decisions on that. Do not at all. If it's important, go to that person. And I would say, don't hang around with these other people that are constantly spreading rumors and gossip about people, because it is totally not productive. You're going to be going in a downward spiral, just like their whole life probably is. People who converse with others like that, that's generally what happens with their life. So, okay. Okay, low vibe experiences. Keep away from low vibe experiences. So that's basically the whole idea about not hanging around with people that are constantly talking about other people. Same thing is true with your food. That's why I bring in veganism and karma. Eating animal products is an incredibly low vibrational experience. It's going to come back to get you. We know these animal products, you're hurting the animals, and they come back and they hurt you, because all these animal products are so bad for you. Not to say that all plants are perfect. It has to be just the right types of plants, as we talked about in chapter 42. Go review it if you're not sure, because the food-like products that are plants are just as bad as well. Something that's made in a plant. So make it a high vibrational experience, because low vibe things cause bad karma. Do you see how this is all related? All right. Hopefully I have framed this in a way that makes sense to most people. And it definitely follows along with all the other concepts in this book, all the other concepts of longevity. And again, just like most of these things, these aren't like groundbreaking scientific discoveries or anything. This is age-old wisdom. These are axioms. These are things that, hopefully others who are wise taught you or tried to teach you. And all you need to do is embrace them and realize that it applies to you. It's not somebody else's. Even the person that tried to teach you this, maybe you didn't like them or something. It's not their idea. It never even was. Even when I say Eleanor Roosevelt said this thing, that's not her concept. That concept has been around for ages. She just was able to frame it in just the right words, using modern language so that everybody can kind of understand what she's talking about. So if there's anything I missed or left out, by all means, please write that down in the comments. And of course, like this video if you got any kind of value out of it, and subscribe so that you will get word of the next chapter. We'll see you in the next chapter. Bye-bye.